Gentlemen, greetings of peace to each one of you. I am Fr Elvis Fernandes, a member of the Society of Pilar, and I'm happy to be part of this book release ceremony. I can recall the day when Dr. Smita Bandari Kamath invited me to write an article for an anthology titled 16th Century Goa. She gave me a hint to write on the artifacts of the 16th century Goa in the Pilar Museum. Although I'm not a historian, I'm a psychologist, I agreed to write on the suggested topic based on the book The Heritage of Goa Puri, written by Reverend Father Cosme, the Costa Professor of History of Christianity. Being involved in interfaith dialogue facilitation, I thought of writing this article through the lens of communal harmony prevailing during the 16th century Goa among artists and artisans from different faith communities. Communal harmony prevailed in Goa regardless of the repressive policies of the Portuguese. There was camaraderie and cooperation between Hindu and Christian artists who were employed in the construction and furnishing of churches built in Goa. And these artists lent an Indian flavor to Christian artifacts and church architecture, which testify to the harmonious life of the people of Goa and the goodwill between faith communities. My inclination towards these values, such as communal harmony and peace, has to do with my upbringing. I was born and brought up in Sangye, and as a Sangekar, I cherish my harmonious upbringing. A simple yet significant example is our ward cricket team. It had Christians, it had Hindus, it has Muslims, and I feel nostalgic about it. And I can say that these values of communal harmony and peace are etched in my memory. And during my priestly training, I had the opportunity to study philosophy and college in Varanasi, Banaras, the ancient Hindu city. And here I learned Indian philosophy and Indian music, Indian culture. And as part of my exposure to Indian culture and traditions, one of the things that I did was I went on a Panchkoshi Parikrama in the city on a Mahashivratri day, and even had a dip at the conclusion of this in the Ganges at one of the ghats. I don't know, even some of you may have not done that. And so this is my personal experiences, and my dissertation for Bachelor of Theology degree was on the theme Dialogue of Life. Dialogue of Life, a starting point for interfaith dialogue. And this theme, I took it forward as a theme for my priestly ordination, and that was Suvichar ani Kortupacha Adaran Exar Sadhuya. Dialogue of life to proclaim communion. And even at my ordination, if you're familiar with the Eucharist, the Mass, I had Hindus, Muslims who were part of the offertory procession. And in the Bible, we have the parable of the Good Samaritan. Most of you will be familiar with this parable, the Good Samaritan. For those who have not known about this, there was this Samaritan who was non-Jew. On his way, he finds a wounded man, and probably this wounded man was a Jew, and there were Levites, priests, and other Jews who passed through that way, but they didn't do anything to help this wounded person. But there was the Samaritan, a non-Jew, who helped him to dress him up, take him to a doctor and heal him. So that was a good work, the dialogue of life that Jesus highlights. Jesus highlights the goodness of the Samaritan vis-a-vis the indifference, the inhumanness of the priest and the Levite who were Jews. All these things had a great influence on my development as a person. Interreligious harmony has been a heritage of India. Indian history is replete with examples of religious harmony because the core of India is pluralistic. The Upanishadic idea of Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, which means that which exists is one. Sages call it by various names. This has been motivating the people of India to accept, to embrace, and integrate other religions into its composite culture and civilization. In our times, sadly, some communal elements are trying to disturb harmony, are spreading hatred, and are vigorously working to divide the people of India and even the people of Goa on the basis of religion. To counter such forces, it is imperative to promote goodwill and harmony among different religious groups by adopting various strategies. At the moment, Mother Nature through COVID-19 has reignited our desire for togetherness. Amidst the fear, dread, and anxiety induced by COVID-19 pandemic, there are ever stronger signs of solidarity and a shared sense of global community. May this spirit of global togetherness continue to grow in our world, especially in our beautiful Goa. May we strive to nurture the age-old vision of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family, and strengthen the ideal of harmonious living in our communities, in our neighborhoods, educational institutions, and places of worship. I wish to end this sharing, personal sharing with you by praying this prayer from the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad. This prayer, I wish you, if possible, be still and close your eyes. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya. Thank you.